Hey, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, okay. So let's get into it. So first I'm gonna start off with the Makeup Revolution concealer just to prep my eyelids for eyeshadow. I'm also going to be setting it with a translucent powder afterwards. I've been gone for a little bit. A lot of stuff has happened since I last posted my video. I'm expecting a little baby, and I got engaged a few days ago, which is so weird to say, but my 2020 resolution is to get back on YouTube and post some more makeup videos. I was out of it for a little bit, but I'm back to feeling myself again. So after that, I'm going in with the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I'm just going for like the simplest look today. So I'm picking up this white shade in light, I believe, and I'm just gonna put that on top of our translucent powder. It just kind of gives a nice iridescent sheen to the eyelid. And then I'm going to go in with the color right next to it, Beam, I believe it is called, and I'm just going to highlight under my brows and the inner corner as well. So I'm going to hop to do our base really quick. I'm taking this e.l.f. Putty Primer, and I like this to sit on my face while I'm finishing up the eyes. I just feel like it takes a second to get a little tacky, so I'm just putting that in my T-zone area where my pores are larger. Back to eyes, I'm using the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner, and I'm just starting at the outer corner of my eyes, making a very small, making a very small wing, and then I take that from the crease to meet the line underneath. And then if you could see, I started from where the color part of my eye ends or begins and just connected those three lines together and filled it in. I don't like to take my eyeliner all the way to the inner corner anymore because I feel like my eyes are already like super rounded. I don't know, that could just be my thought, but when I do that, it just makes my eyes look even more round and not as cat-like, and that's what I'm going for. Okay, so back to the face, I'm taking this e.l.f. Prep and Prime Balm. It makes your face feel really cool. Rude that I have a pimple, but okay. My friend who has more oily skin didn't like this one, but I have really dry skin and I really like it, and I just pat it in, and then I'm gonna go in with my foundation afterwards. This is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I like to go in with this with a brush first, just so I could really push it into the skin, and I just feel like I get better coverage out of it with a brush. I do go in with a beauty blender sponge afterwards just to pick up any excess and blend in any streaks that the brush may have left behind. I'm taking my concealer just to add some extra coverage underneath my eyes, kind of give a little coverage to the nose and cover up that hideous pimple there on the chin. And I don't blend that in yet. While that's kind of sitting there, I take my Wet n Wild contour stick, and I'm obviously going to start contouring the face. And what this does is it lets the concealer sit for a second just to kind of get a little bit more tacky. I think that it helps blend it a little bit better, give it a little bit more coverage when it sits there. So I'm taking my contour from my eyebrows all the way down because this makes my nose look a little bit longer. And I take a flat concealer brush to actually blend out my contour because I feel like it's like, you see how precise I can get. Like, I don't want like a big fluffy brush to blend my contour down any farther than it already is. So I like using a flat brush to kind of blend it out. That way I can be really precise with it. So taking my beauty sponge, I'm finally blending in that concealer, and whatever is left over on the sponge, I take onto my contour if I feel like it might be a little harsh, just to kind of tone it down just a little bit, kind of make sure everything is well blended together. You don't want any harsh lines, especially when it comes to contour. Using my trusty dusty Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, I'm taking those two shades there and just reinforcing that contour, just kind of bringing it up a little bit, setting it with the powder as well. Alright, so I'm going to take my translucent powder. I don't think I mentioned before, this is the RCMA translucent powder. And I'm going to set my entire face. I don't really like to bake anymore because, like I mentioned earlier, I am on the dry side. So I just push the powder in, and I will use a setting spray later on to kind of help melt everything together. I'm just adding some blush here on the apples of my cheeks and a little bit on the nose just to bring back some color to the look. So a trick that I've been doing recently is I'm taking a small angled brush and a dark color, whether it be black or like a dark brown. I'm just going to add the tiniest little line on the inner corner of my eyes, just draw a line straight out basically. And that just is going to elongate my eyes. You see, I don't know if you can really tell a difference, but it makes a difference on me. It just elongates the eyes. And like I said, I'm going for that cat eye effect, rather than having my eyes be super round. So you saw I set my face with that Morphe setting spray, and I'm just gonna blaze through the eyebrows real quick. I don't always use a pencil. I have the Benefit pomade as well, and then the Anastasia Beverly Hills gel, and just kind of do whatever I feel like that day. Popped on some really crazy lashes. I haven't put lashes on in a while, so excuse that left one there, ew. And then bottom mascara. NYX liquid lipsticks. I mix a few. I think this is Bedtime Flirt, and then it's always a little bit too dark for my tone, I think, so I add Silk Indulgence right on top and just pat them together, and then that's gonna be the completed look. Just super simple, nothing too crazy on the eyes, but still put together, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so hopefully I'm gonna have another video up next weekend. That's it for now, so I'll see you guys later. Thanks, bye.